Hi and welcome to another video. Tonight we're at the IruMoto script factory in the Digiworldz depot on my region Arius, and we're on the Digiworldz grid. Now what we're doing tonight, I just wanted to show you the TimeGen4, which is one of my new gadgets. Well, it's not a new gadget, I've been working on it for about 5 years, but it's only in the last 6 months that it's started behaving flawlessly. This is what it looks like on the wall. It's sort of like a Tesla type battery thing on the wall. And this thing in the corner of my screen, that's just a HUD. So it's basically just mimicking what this does. And I've got the HUD on so that you can see what's happening, how the time is changing. Now what it does is the TimeGen breaks each in-world day up into 48 half-hourly segments, and each time that a new segment begins it sends out a broadcast to the region. So all you have to do is have a script that listens for one of these broadcasts, and you can make that script happen at a specific time. So what this means is that you can have activity, you can have things happening all day long on your region instead of being just a static region. So I've recorded 48 hours on Arius, and I think there's about 70 odd events that I'll show you. It will only take about 6 or 7 minutes. It's not a big thing, but just to show you how everything interacts with the TimeGen, and to give you an idea of the capabilities of the machine. Righto, and just before we get started, a bit of a disclaimer, so that you're prepared. This is an adult region, and a lot of my NPCs are somewhat scantily clad at times, so if you're faint of heart, you'll probably not want to engage too much. Going to the nightclub here, this is about as bad as it gets, okay? It's you're not going to see anyone having sex or anything, but there are lots of bums. So that's about it. Yeah, righto, let's get into it. Prince Karoo arrived from far away to Meter Island during the night. His yacht berthed at the naval base. It's 2 a.m. and the yacht's windows suddenly turn dark against the coming dawn. It's 2:30 now, and at Feather's nightclub the huge party lights fall dark. As power use continues to drop across the island, the power generator's coolant turns its vented flames blue. At 3 a.m, not long after, the generator's cooling fans begin to slow. It's now 3:30, and with the club now closed, Storm invites Finn back to his place. The signs go out and they teleport away. On the next beach, brothers Dane and Zach wake to face the day. It's 4 a.m, and on the palace lawns the mobile sprinklers that have roamed the grounds all night turn off, so the grass can absorb the water before the warm morning breeze arrives. It's 4:30, the gas fires go out across the region. On the generator, no longer under heavy load, the power rods stop their ghostly glow. Half an hour later, the palace gas fires go out, along with those on the offshore islands. With dawn about to break, the shop lights turn off inside Tomato Motors. It's 5:30, the neon signs do the same, while up in the lighthouse, young Sergeant Bay Haku teleports home, ending his first shift in charge of the control room. At 6 a.m, aboard the tour boat, yacht and submarine, the mast lights and side marker lights go out. It's 6:30, the enormous lighthouse beams shut down. The generator, now cool, closes its vent, snuffing its eerie blue flame. It's 7 a.m, the sun begins to rise and solar panels across the island start to feed back to the generator. Her fans drop to idle for the day. The tour boat restarts its lazy journey around the island, and at the college gym, Lieutenant Pinjara hits the treadmill to wake up. It's 8 a.m. and the warming water brings light waves to the shore. Soon after, Dane arrives at the college gym for a day of intense training. Meanwhile, Zach sits with his bosses at the works depot where he's a trades apprentice. 9 a.m. Dane hits the treadmill, and in the neighbouring complex, Base Commander Stormer Boyo comes online and surveys the grounds. 9:30. At the works depot, Ken takes Zach to bleed the brakes on an amphibious 4x4. Nearby, heated by the morning sun, the ocean waves reach full strength again. It's 10 a.m. Dane's friend Scout arrives and they start a workout, while Ken gets Zach to pump the brakes while he bleeds them. Successfully completed, Ken gets Zach to show him what he learnt on the other side. Meanwhile, the Prince's guardsmen, Roth and Hale, secure the perimeter for the morning ceremony. It's 11 a.m. Storm talks to Lieutenant Ayeda, his security chief, ahead of the Prince's arrival. Zach jumps up into the cab to pump the brakes. His boss's son, John, arrives at the college gym. It's 11:30 and Prince Karu and his senior officers visit the new monument to their matriarch Lady Uber, after whom the new submarine has been named. It's 12, and in the gym the guys swap routines. By now several others have arrived, including Zach's boyfriend, who has a secret crush on Dane, but that's a tale for another day. It's 12:30 now, and too hot to be outside. Everyone is indoors, the only movement a school of juvenile hammerhead sharks circling a ball of bait fish in the stream. And for the next few hours there is nothing. Apart from the sounds of insects and birds, the island falls utterly still. It's 3:30 p.m. and Base Commander Stormer Boyo packs up his robes for the day. It's time for his side hustle as owner of and DJ at Feathers nightclub. It's 4 p.m. now, and the Royal Yacht's windows lighten under clear night skies. In the yacht's gazebo, Prince Karu prepares for meetings. Shortly after, the yacht's inside lights turn on. Tai Haku, one of Karu's captains, has brought his son, Bei, to vouch for his advancement. It's 5 p.m. At the Public Works Depot, the floodlights turn on. The lighthouse control room lights up, as does the welcome centre below. At 5:30, porch lights turn on in the rental homes along the beachfront, while overhead, the huge lighthouse beams come to life. It's 6 p.m. and the yacht's side marker lights turn on, and soon after, also on the fishing boat out in the bay. 6:30, the lights turn on throughout the palace complex and inside neighbouring Tomita Motors. It's 7 p.m. now, and local stores continue to light up inside. The island's mystical power generator comes to life, and its power rods start to glow. At 7:30, Feathers bursts into life, and a handful of clubbers arrive. The generator opens its vent, releasing a steady orange flame. Beach fires begin to glow on the offshore islands, and the generator's fans pick up speed. It's 8:30, and high above the scene below, Lieutenant Ayeda watches from the lighthouse control room as the gas flames ignite around the island. Back at Feathers, the strobes kick in. It's 9 p.m. and the pedestal fires turn on at the palace, further illuminating the grounds and upper floors. Shortly after, Storm greets Finn, whose shift starts next, while in the lighthouse control room, Sergeant Bei Haku, having sufficiently impressed the prince, reports to Lieutenant Ayeda for duty. It's 10 p.m. and lawn sprinklers begin watering the manicured lawns. A half hour later, the sprinklers space themselves further apart and will continue to move until sunrise. An hour before midnight, Finn joins Scout on the podium as he takes over the shift, while over at the generator, the power rods reach maximum output. It's 11:30 p.m. and there is little breeze and the tide is full. The waves give way to a mirror-smooth sea. It's midnight. Scout shares a joke with Storm, then teleports home. The tour boat stops for the evening and drops anchor on the bay. Soon after, the lights in the Prince's yacht go out. It's 1:30. On the beachfront, the porch lights turn off, while across the island the sprinklers continue their merry dance across the lawns. It's 2 a.m. and we have completed a day on Arius.